This excerpt is from Fifth Born to the Hundredth Turtle, which is a novel that I'm currently finished, just finished writing. This section is from part 2, and as I've told you, the story is about the relationship between two siblings, Odessa and her older brother, Lamont. They do not share the same biological mother, but they share the same abusive father. And they have been separated and estranged earlier in their childhood by lies and myth that is created in their story for people who are trying to survive their own pains. And in the two passages that I am about to read, it's part of Odessa's revelation and understanding of who her brother is through music. Harlem, African Methodist Episcopal Church. That night I went with you to your choir rehearsal. I sat in the pews and looked at your back in the black waist-length jacket. You were a deity, blending the voices that rose in a swell of breath and body heat into the high rafters. The top of your head tingled like a hand or foot fallen asleep. My soul was not able to stay in my body. Your arms flailed the musical commands, a translation of the harmony, the melody, all the voices from single open mouths, a swell of one forceful wave, and I wanted to swallow that sea. When we were children, we stood like hungry stick figures while others caught the Holy Ghost. I remember our cousins in the choir stand glancing back at us from where they stood singing lead. Their stares accused me or you or some other Blackburn sibling of hitting the flat note, the note that rang out in the rafters, that offended the rafters of our church. The tension of shame held crossbeam and joist in place above us. But this day, you are a man, flown far from our nest of judgment. Your arms are confident like blackbird wings, commanding as if the words of childhood had not weighted them down. Heads bob on the same chord, the feet of choir members beneath burgundy robes pat on the same beat, hands in fists, but I sit stiff, aware of my coccyx bone on ebony hardwood pew. I am just beneath the glow of yellow light. I am just before the shame that will stop my impulse to stand up and sing with you. Greenwich Village basement cabaret. 3 men, and I believe 1 woman, dressed in lovely evening reds and blacks, smooth brown faces, beautiful people. They are your friends, and I want to move hand to glass with the same grace and freedom from self-conscious staccato that you and they seem to possess. You are in the waist-length jacket again and look like John Travolta in your handsome swagger that shows that you believe in the movement of all the muscles inside your tight jeans. You disappear into the smoky dark toward the bathrooms. Your friends call out behind you, "Give it to him, baby," and "We love you, songbird." Kisses blown to where you vanish behind a curtain. Glasses clink above laughter and cigarette smoke inside the warm belly of this club. I cross my legs, uncomfortable without you there. The sudden awareness of stale air around me. I sip my Shirley Temple and answer a sophisticated absolutely to almost every question. The MC comes out in a white suit, a tall Italian man dressed with Liberace flair. Ladies and wannabe ladies, voices simultaneously erupt in laughter, and so do I, to stay in sync with the crowd. Have I got a treat for you, all the way from Harlem? They erupt into laughter again. Josephine's favorite performer, just back from Paris, Miss Sarah N. Dippity. The applause expands and contracts to silence as the room goes black. The lights come up onto the stage, and there is a shapely, white, sequins strapless dress, white gloves, a plumage of peacock feathers fan and reveal eyes like Mata Hari. The light above her head, the same luminescence of fluorescent light above your head on that day. On the day we stood in the moldy air conditioning of the library trailer. You scolded me with your eyes for me to fill out the library card application. The light above her head was the same as the orange street light where you stood, just beyond the chain link fence on the night when Saturday Night Live had gone off and Daddy came home drunk and lifted your teenage body up with one hand and yelled, "Get out of my house, faggot." And you stood, a silent, protesting statue on the sidewalk, unmoving, just off his property, visible on the west side of St. Louis for all the neighbors to see at night. The light above her head, unafraid to die, like the light above your head in the stained glass evening light from the AME church. Matahari eyes, your eyes, and I see, for the first time, past the place where rules try to make sense out of how you are my brother. You are white sequins and feathers and black leather waist-length jacket, and I love you.